Aloha, Jennifer Boyd here. I'm coming to you from Parker, Colorado, and many of you already know what's happening with me. Some of you don't, and so for those of you who don't know what's happening, after my live on Monday afternoon, I received word that my oldest child had passed away. And it is not anything that I would wish on anyone ever, because losing a child, it's just not something that you ever think is going to happen to you. And, we feel like we're the parent, and of course, we're going to go first. And in a lot of cases, that just isn't reality. And so I know that there's a lot of people that have been through this. I am not the first, and I won't be the last. But what I wanted to talk about today specifically is the idea that there seem to be social norms for grief. And I absolutely want to say that I appreciate the outpouring of love and support from everyone that's reached out to me. The support from the GoFundMe campaigns that have literally meant the world to me, because I didn't plan for any of this. And that's something that I will say, is that it's not something that you ever want to plan for, but maybe having something, an account, life insurance. I didn't have life insurance on my kid. And it sounds weird that that's something that you should maybe think about. But obviously it's something you should think about, because none of us, hey Leslie, thanks for joining me. I love you too. None of us think that this is going to happen to us, right? It's not going to happen to our kid. Our kid's not going to, wind up, in a car accident, or end up with cancer, or die in their sleep. All right. And so that's something to think about, maybe, so that you don't feel completely and utterly overwhelmed when those things happen and you don't have the means to take care of things. So I will say again, thank you so much for all of your support. And kind of what I want to touch on is I'm a little torn. I was a little torn about coming on and doing this live, because I didn't want it to seem like I'm not grieving for my child because I'm coming on doing a Facebook Live. I had to kind of get past that and know that this is what I do. This is part of who I am. I really honestly live to serve others. It's what I do. And I know that my kid would want me to do this. And the other thing is that grieving looks like something different for everyone. And I know me, and I'm never going to be the person that is in a fetal position in my bed, crying, distraught, living in grief. That's not who I am. I am going to continue to live in joy. I am so joyful that I had this amazing person in my life. And the bonus was I was their mother. And I'm going to continue to live in joy, and I would love to help other people do that as well. Now, look, I'm not telling you that if you grieve that way, that that's wrong. I would never presume to say that for you, but I will say this, is that the people that live in that place where they just can't move forward in their grief, they can't move forward, that they constantly live in that grief, your lost family member, your loved one wouldn't want that for you. They wouldn't want that for you. Imagine that. If you lived in that state while they were still here, would they want that for you? And the answer is absolutely no. Celebrate the time that you had with them. Okay? Remember those things. Live in joy despite your grief. Okay? Because when you live in joy, you're going to get more of that. You guys, I knew I had to come on today because I thought to myself, if I don't, I'm not practicing what I teach. And I believe wholeheartedly in what I say when I say I'm in charge of how I feel, that bad things are going to happen in life, but that is not going to determine my attitude. Okay? I'm not angry. I'm not saying, why me, God? Why my kid? I'm not. I'm so joyous for the time I had. We are all here for a finite amount of time. We never know when our time is up. That's why we got to make the most of every moment that we're here. That's why I constantly am saying, follow your dreams. It's never too late. If you're above ground, you got time, okay? Because your clock at some point, that alarm's going to go off and you won't have any more time. But until that clock strikes whatever time that is and your time is up here, man, you better friggin' drive it like you stole it. Okay? Drive it like you stole it. Life is precious. It is a gift every day that you wake up. It is a gift. Don't squander it. Be kind. Live in joy. Follow your dreams. It's not too late. I'm going to keep reminding you of that. Okay? I'm going to keep reminding you of that. It's not too late. Do what it is that you want to do in this life. You only get one shot. Okay? And, I'll say this, is that for me and my child, I know, like, so many friends, so many people, just like there was impact there. And I say this, is that do your best to impact people. Have an impact on people. That's what this is all about. We may come into this world alone. We may leave alone. But I'll tell you what, that dash in between the birthday and the day that we leave should be filled with joy, and you should be surrounded by people, and you should make an impact. Leave something behind of yourself. Okay? And man, I'll tell you what, I choose to celebrate. You know, I don't want to live in grief. And don't get me wrong, I'm going to have moments where I lose it, where I completely lose it and think to myself, wow, I wish my kid was here. I wish I could give a hug. I wish, oh, I wish they were here to hear this joke. It's so funny. I'm going to have those moments. But by and large, I'm going to remember the good times. I'm going to live in joy because I know that that's what they would want for me. And I'm just going to honor them. That's all you can do. So I love you all. Again, thank you so much for the outpouring of love. And I'll tell you what, I don't think I've ever had so many virtual hugs in my life. And every time you tell me that you want to hug me, I imagine your arms around me, giving me a good squeeze, and it feels amazing. So if you want to give me a hug or whatever, you just send me a message that tells me that you want to give me a hug, that you're hugging me. I really do imagine that, and it feels amazing, that energy that you're sending to me, even if it's just through Messenger, even if it's just a Facebook post and you're sharing, that with me, that you're praying for me and that you want to hug me and love on me. I accept it wholeheartedly. You wanting to love on me. Thank you. Thank you so much. So again, I will be back here Monday. This is who I am and what I do, and I'm not going to stop giving back. I'm not going to stop serving. I'm not going to stop reminding you how amazing life is, reminding you that your positive attitude breeds positivity and you're going to get more of that. I'm not going to stop telling you that you're amazing and that you're loved and that you should work on impacting others. That's just it. That's what you're going to hear when you tune in, okay? So I love you so much. And again, I'll see you on Monday, okay? And services for Brody are Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time at a Parker Funeral Home. And so we're doing some cool things. Brody loved ramen noodle. So I'm having people that attend bring ramen noodle, and I'm going to put it in a basket. We're going to collect it, and I'm going to donate that to a homeless shelter. And something else that we're going to do is Brody loved electronic and dance music, and Brody's favorite band was a band called Bass Nectar. And so instead of a balloon release or something like that, when the service is over, I think we're gonna dim the lights in the room, and we're gonna turn on some bass head, and we are gonna spin glow sticks and celebrate the life of Brody. So I really wanted this to be about who my kid was and not about me and what I needed or what I thought I wanted to do. So I really wanted it to be a celebration, and I wanted it to be something my kid would attend. I wanted it to be something my kid would attend. So that's what we're doing. Everything, when I was looking at things and it's oh, do you want this or do you want that or whatever, I thought, that's not my kid. That's too stuffy. I can't do that. It's too fra. So those are the things that we're doing for Brody. And, I'm actually excited to do that and celebrate the life of an amazing person. So, all right. Thanks again. Love you. Aloha.